Welcome to the Chosen Chains podcast. I'm Josh, back with my brother Rob.
Good morning. Today we have a special guest. Kind of going to describe a little bit of how he means to me, but Zach Valdez, he is brother in Christ, husband, father, project manager for Briacon. He leads our men's Bible study. We play together in men's church basketball league. We go to church every Sunday. This man has just played a huge role in my life and being someone that I spiritually have an influence for. So we're excited to have him on, hear his story, and yeah, let's get started.
Definitely, let's get started.
Thank you, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard that one. Didn't know I was that special to you, man.
You have anything you want to start off with? Anything you want to?
Came in here just thinking about the outlet that you guys are providing to the community. I think it's special because I think we got a lot of really interesting, colorful, great, amazing people in New Mexico specifically that just need an outlet, need a story to tell. That can inspire somebody else. And I was thinking about how is this going to go 4 or 5 years? And Rob's talked to me about the vision. And I'm like, man, some people just need to talk.
Yeah.
Some people just need people.
Yeah.
In their life.
A lot of the time the audience can relate to the stories of the guests that come on. And although we all think that our story and our life is one of one, plenty of people have been through the same things, and you're providing them a different perspective, a different result, and they can see how they can climb out of these situations. So for us, it's been amazing. It continues to be amazing. We will lead with faith. That's all we want out of this. So we're excited to get going. First thing we want to dive into, kind of get an understanding about you, is kind of the childhood upbringing, how you were raised, what family life looked like as a young Zach Valdez. We want to know.
I went down a journey thinking about this, coming into it. My upbringing and my childhood was great. There were some areas of my life where I really remember it and it being fantastic, and I loved it and loved being with my mom and my brother and us traveling, doing BMX. We did a lot of traveling for riding bikes. So that was my thing from 5 years old all the way up until 10. And my mom did everything she could selling snow cones. So she was a young entrepreneur selling snow cones at the events. I remember she sold cotton candy. And there were just so many different things. It was an expensive sport too. Now that I'm older and my son's trying to get into it too, I'm like, yeah, I don't know how she afforded this, you know what I mean? But so it was an expensive sport, but she never held back on providing for us.
Was it a dual parent household or single mom?
Mom and dad got divorced when I was young, 4 years old, 5 years old. Older brother, who's 3 years older than I was. So it affected him a little bit differently because he had a pretty good connection. I don't have a relationship with my dad. So I didn't really know much what was going on other than, mom and dad aren't around and together anymore full time. And then there was times where, we would go and spend time with dad separately from mom. And didn't really understand what that meant, right? Till you get older.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess that's part of a trauma, quote unquote.
No, yeah. I think even not identifying that your dad wasn't supposed to be there full time, I can relate to that. It's the norm was, unfortunately, I saw dad every weekend or every other weekend or whenever he wanted to hang out. When we new girlfriend, now he wants me to come over. That was kind of my vibe. So
same.
To me, it was normal.
I remember my dad was trying to date after my mom. There was times where I went to his apartment, and I remember that vividly. Like, he would buy us toys and he'd have a new girlfriend, and it was just we were just excited because we had toys, right?
For sure.
But my mom, the same thing. Like, she was even trying to date afterwards, but obviously too young to really grasp the concept there, right? What was the separation? What happened? All those questions that I asked myself today as an adult, like, why didn't it work out? Why didn't you guys stick together? Right. And why didn't you just work through those kinks? Because we know marriage is difficult and it's hard and it requires work. Those are questions I ask myself today.
I think that's the blessing of it is someone has to pay the price in order for someone to reap the benefits. And
Right.
I think that's what we'll get into that with your kids in your situation.
Yeah. Was that like, and I mean, maybe we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but was that like a big focal point for you? Because I know for me as a kid, it was like, I want to make sure my kids grow up in a 2-parent household. I want to make sure my house is whole. So, I mean, was that kind of something, or were you kind of just stoked?
At that time, I mean, going into my young adulthood and as a teenager, family wasn't even a thing in my mind.
Same.
Wasn't even a thing.
Same.
I wanted success. I wanted to make my name great. I wanted a lot of money. I wanted high life and all this other stuff. I had visions of just like, you're gonna live in a house in the mountain in the hills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was more boastful of myself. Young adulthood.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I can relate to that.
And then family, kids, Christ, none of that, none of that, you know, just knew that didn't have a mom or a dad together in a one household.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just didn't even affect me, dude, you know? But fast forward, you know, the biggest father figure to me was my brother. And again, 3 years apart, wherever DJ went, and DJ is his name, wherever DJ went, Zach was 2 steps behind him.
That's the,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like DJ goes, takes a shower. Hey, can I go take a shower? You know, like super excited about it. But just everywhere he went, oh, new clothes, went shopping for shoes. Oh, I want the same shoes as
Was he the
DJ.
reason you were into BMX? Was he into it first?
We were both into it together, and kind of to go back there, it was somebody that my mom was dating, and he had a pretty big impact early on in my childhood. I mean, I'd call him my stepdad, but he had some pretty good foundations. You know, was totally into the BMX thing, but it was also very hardworking, had some structure. And yeah, he was in our life for about 6 to 7 years. So I mean, technically, you know, that's stepdad, and then I got dad that I go and visit part-time. But he showed us a lot of things in between. But my real father figure that I really see, because he left, you know, the relationship didn't work out with my mom, and he left later on, my stepdad. And then that's where it was crucial, right? So you've got like the early years of childhood where it's like 3 to 4, you know, father's got to be in your life. Like those are the years, everybody says it, like those are the years that matter. 2, 3, 4 years old, really, that really matter and really stick with it with a kid growing up.
Is that what they say?
It's what they say. They say like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
It's like the fundamental years for child.
I'm also a person from the father being showing who the father is, the mother being nurturing, like that, because
I get it, yeah.
that's when your neuro is just, you know what I mean? Like, that's whenever your life.
I feel like in my experience as a father, I feel like the older my kids get, the more impact I'm having on them now that they're able to receive a little more information. Yeah. But I mean, the statistics are statistics. So yeah, I guess I don't know until they get older that we can reflect on it in those conversations with them. But like, it's a little different for me where my son's 7, my daughter's 13, and I could tell she likes what she's hearing because she's like, can I go to work with you? Is it cool if I go to work with you? I'm like, you sure? I'm boring. I want to go with you. Okay.
Want to be around dad?
That never happened in that, you know, that age of a young age, but a lot of mom time, and mom, you know, mom did a great job of being there for those. So maybe I'm just not there yet to understand what they learned, you know?
Yeah, they say developmentally young, the very early childhood developmental years are like the most important years for families to be together. But I mean, we'll see, right?
Yes.
But fast forward, you know, the real father figure after I turned about 11, 12 years old, after my stepdad was out of the picture, was DJ. And those were the years that really changed a lot of things in our trajectory. You know, DJ grew up, he was 16, he was freshman in high school. I would say middle school going into high school, popular, good looking dude. Girls were excited about him, you know, wanted to talk to him and find out more about him. But he played sports, he was football. And you know, I'm kind of behind the scenes like, hey, what's brother going to do next? You know what I mean?
Yeah, what's the next move?
What's his next move? Because I'm going to do the same exact thing. Sure. You know what I mean?
Paving the way for you.
He's paving a way. Yeah, like,
he's showing
DJ was it, dude. And it's crazy because...
Were you guys close mutually? Like, he felt the same way about you too?
Oh, very, dude. Yeah. I mean, we were just like inseparable unless he was going to go on a date with a girl or something like that, or he was going to go hang out with some girls at a party or something.
Then he looked at that.
He's like, I can't have my little brother.
Appropriately, yeah. That makes sense. Oh, that makes sense.
But that's as he started getting older, and he was, 16, 17, and it's crazy because his legacy continues on, man. Like he's got friends that are much older, 35s, 38-year-old, and they're still around. We're friends on Facebook, and I see him. They tell me all the time, I'll share a picture of him because I miss him. And they're like, man, DJ. So his legacy has continued on, which I'm like really grateful for.
That's me to be proud of.
Oh man, I mean, I'm 31 now. I feel like DJ, he was only 17 when he passed away. We'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
But when he passed away, I'm like, this dude was only 17. I feel like this guy lived the whole life.
Yeah.
For real, dude. Yeah. So much knowledge, so much wisdom, so much grit. Like he was going to go after it. I remember he had so much entrepreneur ambitions. Like he would clean people's cars and find ways to make money, sell iPods and stuff like that. Dude, he was on it. He was a hustler. So he paved the way. I like that one.
I love that. Nemo.
He paved the way for me, man. And yeah, he got cancer pretty early on. And I didn't even know what that meant.
What
is cancer?
Well, I think that's a part.
13, dude.
We'll dive right into that. So DJ's, how old is he when he finds out that he has cancer?
17.
Oh, so okay, and that's also 17 when he passed away.
Yep.
Wow, so it came fast.
Finds out. Yep. So he had this crazy pain in his left knee, and they did scans and tests and yada yada yada. I was too young to even realize what was going on. Yeah, I was, man. And we had distractions in our life. I'll just call them that. We were really excited about how we looked and how we looked to girls, or what kind of chronic can we get today? You know what I mean? Like, what Biggie song we gonna put on? Throwing 210s in the back, cruising around the town. Like, we were distracted.
Do you remember the days found out
I remember the day we found out, and I just, in the back of my mind, I was just like, you're gonna be all right, dude. Like, you're gonna be all right, dog. You're gonna be good. No, nothing's gonna happen. You're gonna be okay.
He overcomes everything.
Yeah.
DJ's always conquered it.
Yep. He was Superman to you, so it's like,
exactly.
You're good.
That's perfect, dude. I was like, good. Nothing's gonna happen. You're good, dude.
How was he when he found out? What were the words he said? Do you remember any of his thoughts or what he was saying around you guys?
So good questions. Those are good questions. And I remember him just being like, what is this? Yeah, what is it? Like, I don't know what it
wasn't super concerned.
No, but then I remember when he started getting treatment, and then that's when he started losing his hair and he started getting sick. And I remember he just was like, I hate this. Like, this isn't me. I'm strong.
How many months in did this start to happen?
4 or 5 months.
Were you there with him during all these processes?
Yes and no. I feel like I was more of a. I feel like my mom didn't want me to experience what was going on during that time. Mm-hmm. But off and on, I'd go visit him at the hospital, and shout out the care team at UNM Hospital, dude. We've got some of the best cancer nurses, doctors in the nation. I swear, dude, they are some of the most amazing people for families that are going through cancer. And I remember just going and chilling with him in his room. They'd have an Xbox all set up for him, just gifts, and just like they knew what he was going through, and they were adults about it. And they did everything to shield the worry and what the outcome could be.
Did they? You know what I mean? I was gonna say, did they know it was terminal?
It was aggressive.
They knew?
Yep. So immediately from the leg, it went to spots in his lung. And granted, my mom's, she's really the only one that can take on all this stuff. My pops, he was in the picture. He knew about it. But he was battling with the fact that it was what it was, so he decided to pursue drugs to cover the pain.
I mean, I'm not saying
I
can't blame.
Yeah. I mean, I was still smoking weed at the time. So there was things in my mind where I was just like, the term marijuana dreaming. Oh, it 100% blinds you from what reality is.
Yeah.
100%. Like, I can stand here and sit this today and say that I probably didn't process it the way that I needed to process it because I was covering it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything was good, dude. I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good.
Well, let's see, figure. I mean, you and your brother were super close for you to go from being around him all the time to kind of being
Watching him get sick.
Yeah, watching him get sick, but also him in the hospital.
It's a little bit of survival mode.
For you, for sure. It's like your whole world's pretty shaky. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it was weird. He had a really, really close girlfriend at the time. Met her in high school, and she was there by his side all the time. And that was something that was a blessing. I'll have to praise God here in a minute. But, you know, so as he was going through this journey, it was a shocker for our family just in general. And 9 months later, come to find out he's in hospice and he's laying inside our home, where DJ and I grew up, and he's going to get ready to pass away, you know? And, yeah, that day was crippling. We had neighbors all around us. We had family with us. There was one guy, I have to talk to him about this on the podcast. His name was Anthony Escobel. He was DJ's father figure. Yep. DJ would go over to his house. Hey, could I get some cologne? Knock yourself out. There's plenty for you to choose from. Hey, can I borrow your shoes? Have at it, dude. You know what I mean? Hey, mom kicked me out because I did X, Y, and Z. Can I crash here? There's the couch. Let me get you a blanket. Mm-hmm. He was that guy to DJ, but he was also that guy to me too, as DJ passed away. But yeah, everybody was around us when he died, and that was comforting. It felt very good to have that kind of support, and I'd say it almost like you know, when you get so much attention, you feel good.
Yeah.
I mean, people that see you, and you feel good. And that's what I got when he passed away. So they did a really good job about trying to make sure Zach's going to be okay after this. Yeah, fast forward, you know.
Any last words from DJ that you remember? Anything that sticks with you to this day?
I'm going to cuss.
Yeah.
I'm going to cuss.
Okay.
He said, don't fuck up. I'm not even kidding you. He said those last words. Hey, forgive me, Jesus. I really don't cuss. It's funny, before we came in here, Rob was like, I've never heard you cuss. I was like, right. Those words resonate with me, dude.
Right, echo in your head.
Oh, that's literally what he told me, dude. Yeah. I'm not even kidding you. That's those exact. What did he say that?
No, that fires me up, bro.
Yeah. Yep. That's what he told, because he knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
We were smoking cigs, we were smoking weed, we were dabbling in alcohol, girls and attention and how we looked and how our hair looked were always the most important thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't a godly life.
Bingo. It wasn't what I would call a godly life today.
What's funny too is when people are doing bad, like even I remember my dad, we'd have conversations the last couple years of his life, and he'd be like, just do me a favor, don't do anything I've done. I'm like, oh, what have you done? He's like, no, we're not going to talk about that because you're going to do them. Don't do what I've done. Don't do this. And I'm like, man, how is someone that does all this stuff going to tell me what not to do? What I understand now is he realized that he understood that was going to take his life and that was going to be his story. So that was going to be the words he leaves behind. Don't do what I did. Be better than me. And I was like, yeah, I'll be better. I'll be taller than you for sure. That's always the thing with dads, right? Like in sons, I want to be taller. I just want to be stronger. I didn't realize that it was live longer and have more of a life than he ever lived. So I think those words resonate because what he meant by that, we're not set up right now where we need to be, but remember this. So when I'm gone, you can re-loop those words. Don't F up, don't F up, don't F up. And it's like, got it. When you're feeling like a little girl and you feel overwhelmed, oh, why me? Why this? What would DJ say? Boom.
Yeah, dude, I think about that a lot.
Oh, I'd tattoo that. I would tattoo that on me in a heartbeat. DJ said about it. Don't F up.
Forearm, right?
I'll keep that in the brain, dude. Because people have asked me before, like, you know, what has he said last? I'm like, I'm not even kidding you. This is exactly
that. What a strong, bold way, though, to go out with the bold statement. Like, listen, bro, everything we've done, one favor, don't F up.
Yep.
Got it. Not the sensitive, heartwhelming, take care of mom, make sure.
Yeah.
Don't F up.
He wasn't like that. I was the peacemaker
in
the home, which was, you know, and he was the I'm just gonna tell you how it is.
I can really,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm just gonna tell how it is. And I was like, I appreciate that too. But I'm like, we're like, DJ, you're saying too much, dude. Like, no, stop. Just stop. You're making it worse, dude. You know what I mean? But he was just like, nope. And he had his journey, man, before he got cancer, and it was, like I said, dude, I feel like he lived in
Rest in peace to DJ. It seems like he lived a good life. He definitely didn't get as many years as he should have got out of it, and God had different plans for him than you guys both even knew. You know?
Bingo. God had different plans. So before DJ passed, he got his girlfriend pregnant, and I've got a little nephew, and he's 13.
Really?
It's Dante. And we found out pretty late on while he was getting chemo. And then, he passed away 3 weeks before his son was born.
You talk to Dante?
I talk to Dante all the time.
Really?
Dante was in my...
You guys have a good look. Like, you don't know.
No, I mean, yeah, okay.
Life systems off. You know what I'm saying?
All right, that was an exaggeration. Like, Dante's a teenager now, but early on, Sophia and I, my wife, Sophia, we were like, really taking him in and just loving on.
You didn't have kids and stuff.
That didn't have kids, but Dante's a teenager now, so he's learning his way.
Good.
Same thing that you know what I mean?
Let's go, baby.
But praise God, because he has a plan and a purpose for everything, and his will is stronger than our own. So trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not lean on your own understandings. In all your ways submit to him, and he'll set your path straight. Proverbs 3:5.
Love it.
Drop it. You guys.
Drop it.
I've resonated with that because I'm like, dang, I've been through some stuff early on. But yeah, DJ was awesome.
Yeah. So
DJ had a lot to play in my life. Fast forward, growing up, high school, trying to figure it out, just lost your brother. Grief sucks, especially at a young age, especially when you don't have a foundation or a direction or somebody trying to help you. And even when people tried to help you, it was just like, whatever.
Didn't even understand what I'm going through.
Yeah, you don't even know, dude. Like, you don't even know. Best thing that helps me right now is smoking a blunt with my friends and going out and listening to music and doing nothing.
So did you just continue to do the same things you were doing, just now you were DJ-less?
I did, but there was always a personality trait in me where I didn't want to disappoint my mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't want to, throughout high school and stuff like that, I was dabbling, doing different things, really distracted, poor grades, committed to basketball, never got to play because my grades sucked. You know what I mean? And then just kind of went down a whirlwind of just like, I guarantee you, people that see me today that knew me in high school will probably say that was not the same person in high school.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. That was not the same person in high school. Who are you? And I love that.
I don't even think when I met you, I don't know, how many years?
It's probably now like a good 5, 6.
Right? You're not the same person that I met then, but you're now. Right. So I can imagine high school was totally, completely different.
Chosen to change, right? I mean, you'll drop a little chosen to change there.
With that, I mean, you're still going through grief, like, and as hard as that is, but also your father was still kind of going through his own thing.
Yeah, good. Yeah, bring that back, dude, because I love my dad. So my dad's in my life now, and he's in my kid's life. And he still struggled with DJ dying, and struggled with addiction for good moments. But him and I still together. I would do things with my dad, and he was just more of a, I wouldn't say father figure. He's there for me as a father figure and support and praise. Good job, son. Like, you're still going. I'm so proud of you. Support and praise. But I don't know what he dealt with when he was younger, but I almost felt like he was a friend in some levels too.
Yeah.
Your friends praise you. They tell you good job. Oh, you're successful in this. Oh, good job, But they'll never have those conversations a father will have where they sit you down, they know you're going in the wrong direction, and they bring you back. Like prodigal son. Hey, I'm not going to do this to you. I'm not going to give this to you because I don't think you have the responsibility to manage it. That kind of thing. So that was my dad. And then, my mom went through grief. Difficult when I was a teenager.
Yeah. Martyr son.
And she coped with it different ways. She's a workaholic for sure. Very strong workaholic, but she hustled, dude. She was a hustler, man. Like, DJ was dying. She was getting a master's degree. like, okay, mom, you know what I mean? DJ passed and working a full-time job, you know, and then, DJ passed away. She didn't let that hinder her. She kept moving.
Well, I think she did move. I think some parents, like my mom, is the same way as far as the hardworking and the way they, when she talks about me now, she's like, see, aren't you glad I showed you how to work? Aren't you glad I taught you work ethic? I'm like, yeah, I am. She missed all the other things in between the lines. But she's correct. She taught me how to work hard for what you want, earn your keep. I totally get that. But there's so much more to parenting than just that. As we all are going through it and we're not perfections of anything. But I wish she would slow down and realize like I sacrificed one thing for the other or the other three things. Sometimes it's I won't say it's too late, but she's 55, 56. I don't really want to bring it up. I'm just like, yeah, I appreciate you. Move on. Because I don't want to go back and like tear her down because she was proud of those moments. Like, she was proud that she showed me the way, you know, of, see, you wouldn't have her own business. It wasn't for me. I'm like, well, I mean, that's not true, but okay, you're right. You know?
Yeah.
Because I might. I mean, you don't know. I mean, we don't know.
She said foundation.
Yeah, there's foundations for sure. And
I've talked about our moms because they're in some similar ways, you know? Like,
yeah, my mom's crazy in a good, healthy way. I love her, but she's crazy.
So was my mom.
So I want to go into the turning point, when you surrendered to Christ. Do you remember that moment? This is probably, I'm assuming the first time. Explain this to me when you surrendered to Christ, chose discipline and purpose, and you just got your priorities in line.
There's multiple surrenders to Christ in my life. So multiple chosen to change moments. I don't think there's one specifically, but I want to share two with you guys specifically. There was a chosen to change moment when I met my wife and, or my soon to be wife. I was 20, maybe 19. She was 18. I was 20. She was 18. She was just finishing high school and I had just gotten to my first year of college. I don't want to call it like first year of college. Well, it was like community college. I get it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that kind of shows the age difference there. She, I met her at the gym and was in the sauna. I was
Sauna, nice.
I was selling. I was doing a multi-level marketing thing. This supplement's called Thrive, and she asked me what my patch was, dude. And I guarantee you, this is not the hook. I say that because I'm like, man, I sold Thrive for a reason. There's a reason for everything. Yeah, I believe it. I was selling Thrive, wasn't profitable, wasn't whatever, dude. You know what I mean? But that was the reason. And she asked me about it, and I put her onto it. And she was working for a lawyer at the time, and he was a great mentor, still a mentor in my life. Robert Aragon, still have lunch with him, and fantastic mentor. Had to share that with you guys. We all have mentors.
Yes.
But I totally come to the office, was working with him, and I was dressed up in a suit, and so we kind of hit it off and we started dating. And early on in dating, we felt like, yeah, I mean, this could go somewhere, and I never thought that was a thought from the Lord, dude.
Yeah.
From the Holy Spirit just speaking.
Absolutely.
Never thought. I was like, this could go somewhere. But this was a chosen to change moment. She gave me my first Bible, and she writes in it, I have this Bible today.
Go.
I said the same thing when we were getting married at the altar. She writes in it, she goes, happy 20th birthday. I hope you grow your relationship with God. She didn't give me fancy shoes. She didn't give me a new watch, this and that. She got me a Bible, dude. I'm not even kidding you. I'll bring that Bible so you can see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
She writes in it. She goes, happy birthday. Hope you get a relationship with God. Yo, I've never picked up a Bible. I've never dove in. I always believe in God. You're right. He's there. God, he's a higher power. Thank you, God, for got me out of that again. Right. You know what I mean? Hope you grow your relationship with God. What does that even look like?
Yeah. Especially
I mean, I think this funny. Anytime a person gives somebody a Bible, it means so much more than anything else because they're telling you, hey, I want you to have this relationship that I have. I can't give you mine. Here, go learn yours.
Yeah.
Take it. So she was already in her faith.
She had a completely different childhood than I did. And she was in her faith, and she's drifted, and she's made mistakes. We all have. She wasn't perfect, and I think that's where we can kind of resonate with each other in some ways. But yeah, she had a totally different upbringing, and so she shares that with me, and we go through dating for about 3 years, and
3 years is solid.
yeah, yeah,
Long time.
I wanted to back up real quick.
2 years.
Whenever you got that Bible and you looked at it, like, what was a thought in your mind? Like,
Where are the fancy shoes?
yeah,
No, I mean, that's yes, and like confused. Never been down this journey. I don't know what it looks like. I've never had anybody show me what this journey looks like. I've never trusted in the Lord that deep to say that He's gonna set, He's gonna set my steps. You know what I mean? So a chosen to change moment. I knew in that moment I could go down this path and start reading the Bible, start going to church. Sophia and I both got baptized together. She had been baptized before that, but she got baptized with me.
That's cool.
And we went and did it together. And we were still pretty young, 21, 22. She took me on missionaries. Her family just accepted me, loved me, and my father-in-law, you met.
Dude, he's awesome. And he's been in a Bible study for 100 years, it seems like, just the way he talks about it.
A lot of knowledge.
It's very embedded in him. Like a Bible study is, that's cakewalk.
negotiable.
No, it's a non-negotiable. He's an awesome man, and it's good to have the chance to meet him on a personal level.
It's cool. He's one of the best things I see in him is patience. And as a man, that's so difficult to find, especially in today's world.
Yeah.
But he is the most patient man I've ever witnessed in my life. And so it took me on. Sophia's been a change in my life, and we started doing life together. We started walking together in life. That was one of them, first chosen to change. The second chosen to change moment was later on when I lost my mom. But before I lost my mom, I was dealing with some deep, dark things in my own mind and going down paths that I know I shouldn't have gone down. And this was after, our first baby, and I was very, I didn't know if I wanted to be married anymore, to be honest with you. And Sophia and I got into arguments, and there was things said and things that have taken place that I, dishonored our marriage in ways. And she's by God's grace, she's forgiven me. But it took a lot of work for us to come back together and say, you know what, we're doing this.
Yeah.
We're doing this.
Yeah. Well, it's hard, right? You date them, you get married at a young age, you start to have kids, and everything is on the up, right? Life is going. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm figuring it out. There's no real issues. And then when the issues happen, without faith, just like in our marriage, we had a faith, right? It was there somewhere. We went to church here and there. But when it's not something that is the center of your life, you just start to drift, and the drifting becomes separation. Then the fights become no communication, and no communication is even worse than fighting. At least you're talking to each other. And then it becomes where I've been unhappy for months. And you have? Yeah. Well, I don't like the way you do this. Dude, what? Like, here we are just unleashing a barrage of marriage issues that we probably have been thinking the same things about them. And I'm going to 10X and go even harder on them because what they're saying about me is not true. Right. And now that's my enemy offense. I'm like, dude, this is the mother of my child and my wife. How do we hate each other right now?
Yep. Yep.
That's the biggest thing to understand.
That's exactly the experience.
Right now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Not that I hate you.
Right. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. Yeah.
We're just battling in this.
Yeah. And you're battling an opponent that when you battle someone, you think you should battle an enemy, not somebody that you're that close to. You shouldn't be battling in your own household. You think an enemy, someone doesn't care for me, doesn't like me, and whatever. I don't like him anyway. When you're battling someone that you marry, it's like, they're criticizing you. Their words hit a lot harder than someone else.
Well, and
my wife will tear me down, and I'm like,
they also know how to
push buttons.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, we're all wired differently.
I told my wife, I battle everything outside in the world. Like, I don't want to come home and battle you too. Let's figure this out. Like, that's whatever we got to do.
That's what you should do.
Yeah. And I mean, it's easier said than done.
It is. Especially when feelings get in the mix of it.
Yeah, so I definitely do, I think we've all been in your shoes where you're just like, is this what I want? Is this like,
Well, the world pulls you and tells you, you deserve better, man. You deserve a better listener. You deserve someone that's going to do this for you every night. You deserve someone to have food for you all the time. They're like, you're right. I do. I work hard. It goes back to the work ethic, right? We think that if we produce a certain amount of money or job title, we deserve something else. And it's like, when did that become a thing? Why what you do, you should have somebody, glorify you every day when we should glorify God together, but we don't. We want it from the inside of the home, and it's.
There was something that Todd said. I think it was 3 weeks ago, where he's like, you don't give your spouse because they don't give you, right? Where he said, but we live, and there's a unconditional God that loves you no matter what
you do.
So you should love your spouse that same exact way, even though they're not showing up for you. He said, I bet you if you do that, they will show up for you. And that just hit me, because I feel a lot of times relationships are like, well, she doesn't do this no more, so I'm not doing this. You know what I mean?
Transactional.
Yeah, and it's like, it's such a terrible way. Like,
I also think with Zach's situation is very similar to mine, where her mom and dad are together, correct?
Correct.
So she's used to two parents in a household, used to the faith being the center of their life, of the marriage of her parents. Me and Zach are, we're how would you say it without being rude? We're just not. We were growing up with all the wrong things to do, right? We were the outcasts. We were the ones who parents weren't married. There was no God. It was fly by day, fly by night. And now we marry into women that they have a whole different perspective of what a husband's supposed to be, what a relationship's supposed to be, and now we're trying to figure out how those men together. If someone like Zach and I, if he was a woman and I was a man, we would understand each other's life. Dude, your life's like mine. We get it. Now our fights, we have an understanding. We're marrying and trying to communicate to somebody who's like, I didn't expect to have this kind of husband, right? What did I didn't even have expectations.
I think it's my wife. We're both the same. Like we're the same way, right? She grew up in a totally dysfunctional household.
Yeah,
I did too. But I think now she's getting older. She's like, well, this isn't really like, you know what I mean? Like,
you guys are coming at it together.
Yeah, might have lost something to brag about, something to fix.
No, for sure. I mean, but now we are also like an adult. We're able to sit down and actually communicate like that. That is the biggest thing, like, is to communicate.
I just hate that I'm the type of person that has to see how bad I'm doing in order to know how much I need to turn around and never go.
We've talked about this before.
I hate that.
Stop getting burnt.
Right.
Why are you getting burnt?
Right.
To turn back.
No, it does. It's not.
I do the same.
Now that I've identified that, I understand that I don't want to go down that anymore.
Yep.
So I'm able to find myself, and I'm about to go down that path, to stop and be like, okay, you could say these words and it can go totally different, or you can not say what you think you say, just to make sure there's a solution to the problem, to the fight. You don't have to win every fight. Like, you don't have to win every argument. You don't have to win every conversation. Even if you don't agree with what the people are saying, sounds good. Yeah, for sure. In your head, you might want to say something else, but just hold it in. Like, you don't have to say anything all the time.
There's a renewing of the mind, I guess, would probably be when you have John Deloney. He's a podcaster. He's with the Ramsey Studios. He says this: your old marriage, this is what happened 5 years in, Sophia and I. Your old marriage doesn't exist. It's not there anymore. You both need to come together and say, this is a new marriage and we're going to do things differently. That was a chosen change moment for me. That was my second one. And it was right around the same time I lost my mom.
And that's hard, because there's no excuse for you, but there's grief. You're kind of reliving the DJ moment 2.0, right? It's happening again.
100%, because there was always this thought in the back of my mind: what happens when mom dies? Who do you have? It was weird. I mean, it was just like who do you have when mom dies? You don't have anybody. These lies I was telling myself, you don't have anybody. Nope, I have God.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I have a beautiful, loving, graceful, forgiving wife that drives me, that builds me, that's been nothing but a support in this path that I've been on. Nothing but support. This whole way. I have her. I've got my two beautiful kids. So those were all lies I was telling myself, dude.
Yeah.
And they creep up here and there. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, they come back and I'm just like, nope.
Yeah.
Shutting that down. I'm walking this path. I'm choosing to love my wife. I'm choosing to show up to men's group. I'm choosing to do all these different things to transform the way that I'm going to live this life. I'm not going to F up.
Yeah. What,
you know what I mean?
Remember DJ said, what was the moment that you realized that you needed to change and you needed to never go back? Like, was it something had to happen, or was it the decision you made or you guys made? Like for me, people know my story. So it was either change or, terrorize your home and be a single dad.
Same.
So,
yeah, I think.
How did that look for you? What was it like? Get your crap together.
I think this is a good lesson for people that are listening. If there's repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats, then you're choosing to do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
One foundation that we both stuck to was that I'm 100%. These are my expectations. If you cannot meet them, this is what happens. That's kind of where it was. And people need to have that mindset in the business world, in the friendship world, and boundaries. Yeah, period. Sure. Blank, dude. Like, if you're gonna say you're gonna do something and you don't do it, I mean, everybody fails. Everybody's inconsistent in some ways. But if you continue to do it and do it and do it and do it and do it, well, then there's no repentance in your heart and there's no change. You're just gonna keep doing it.
I agree.
Yeah, you're just gonna keep doing it, and then why should I trust you, or why should I stay, or why should whatever? You know what I mean? So those were the. What
were some changes you had to make, and what were some changes that Sophia saw in you that was like, all right, yeah, he's back. Like,
yeah, it was mutual. It was mutual. There was changes that she needed to make. There's a lot of changes that I needed to make too. One of them specifically was that I needed to be more connected to God. I needed to be supported around men and have accountability in my life to prevent myself from looking at things I shouldn't have been looking at, from indulging in conversations I shouldn't have been indulging in. Those kind of things. Those were accountability was number one. And then number two was basically just being present, like coming home and being glad in the fact that I have a home and a wife who loves me and cooks for me and all these other things. You know what I mean? It was just like the little things that you take for granted,
for sure,
but they compound. Sure. They compound, and then all of a sudden you got a closet full of compound freaking material in there, and then it's falling and it's breaking the house.
I don't know. Have you guys ever been where, like, there's house full of kids, wife, and it's chaos, and you're like, dude, if I just had some peace and quiet, this would be so nice right now. And then my wife would be like, hey, I'm gonna take the kids, we're gonna go to blah 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 birthday party. I'm like, cool. I was like, I'll talk to you in a while. And I'm like, I can't wait till they leave. They leave, the dust settles, I start to get a little hungry. I start to like not hear anything but me. I get up, use the bathroom, I walk around, I play my game, and I'm like, oh, babe, what time did you say you're coming back? Huh? I'm like, I start getting lonely. Yeah, and I'm not going to tell her that, but she's like, are you good? No, yeah, I'm chilling. I take a nap, I'm chilling. I was just wondering what time you're coming back. And yeah, I was just wondering what are the kids up to? But like immediately I start to miss them. I couldn't imagine having that life without them. And like a chaos right now. Next time you guys are home and the kids are screaming and the wife's on the phone yapping or whatever it is, try to stand in it, close your eyes and be like, I thank you for this moment, because my kids are going to grow up and they're going to leave me. And at one point, I'm not going to have this chaos.
Right.
Always going to be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
It's just,
bro, imagine going into those rooms with them being empty, or you having now as an office or a gym. Like, I like going into my kids' room, knowing this is my kids' rooms.
No, I know.
The smell of them, the toys on the ground, I mean, like,
that was part of the hardest thing for me, because my dad was a very like house dude, to be clean by the time you get home, spick and span, dust, you know what I mean, everything. And so whenever I started to have kids, like toys on the floor, I'd come home and I'm like, what's this? Like, what's this?
Right.
But then I had to sit back and just be like, my house is lived in. Like, my kids are able to just be themselves and to not be like, oh my God, dad's coming home. But I mean, it's like,
it provides tension.
Yeah, like, so those were the small things, and then those are the things now. I mean, obviously, I'm like, hey, bro, like, pick up.
You don't want to live in a mess. I think for me, I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but really the house staying organized, it shows that, like, our home is clean. We're living in clean. We take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
But the other thing, is like mental health too. You know, when you're living in a mess,
Yeah.
you feel overstimulated, dude.
All day.
Even my wife more than I do. You know, some things I'm just like, yeah, we'll take the trash out tomorrow. Don't worry about it. It's all good. You know.
What's the clutter?
But it's
The clutter.
Even someone's car. Do you ever pull up next to someone and you see in their car, you're like, I can understand how this person lives. Like, you know, no wonder they're so stressed all the time. Like,
exactly.
if you can't find stuff in your car, like, you know, and it's a small thing, and I get it. Not everyone's car has to be clean. No judgment. But you know a lot about a person by the way that they have their daily habits, you know.
Organization's good for the mental health.
It is.
And like I've been thinking about this because I think about you too, Ron. Well, you got a lot going on, but I bet you really organize it.
Yes.
So it doesn't feel as crazy.
You know what? I with my schedule, I'm blessed to have someone who does my schedule for me, and it's from the haircut to the podcast to meetings. And the blessing behind it is he prioritizes my life, and I just run the play. And I look forward, and I'm excited. I'm like, oh, what do I have today? Oh, I have a podcast. Oh, I have a meeting. Heck yeah, I'm excited. Versus like, oh, here we go, another day, because I'm not really thinking about it until they come up, and then I'm just attacking. And
That's draining.
I think filling your days, not your days with work and nights with Bible studies, you know, basketball group, group Bible study, youth group, like, dude, it's so nice that people are counting on you and wondering, hey, like, if you're in today, look forward to seeing you. And you're like, really? Oh, sweet. Like, all right, I'm going to make sure I'm there today. Like, it feels good to be wanted.
Yeah.
Not just by your wife or your significant other, but by other groups of people. And then you leave and you're like, I'm so glad I showed up. Like, I would have missed out if I didn't show up.
Those things, I don't know if you could resonate with me on this too, but those things keep you on a straight and narrow too.
No, big time. You can't. You're in a fishbowl.
Yeah.
Imagine if you, two for tasting, me chosen to change, we do some radical stuff and go against the grain, Josh, any of us, you're going to get called out fast because you say you're doing this, you say you're this person. We're going to 2 Bible studies plus basketball. We're not playing for a championship. We're really playing to get more people to go to church, right? Mm-hmm. But all those things can get washed if you act radical, if you fight on the basketball court. You're done. Like, all of the things you told them mean nothing.
The same goes for I think this is more important than just the public, but God, he's watching. You know what I mean? Like, that should be the realest thing.
That's a fact.
We should fear God. That was the other thing that really changed me, is that, like, I remember somebody telling me, he's like, yeah, you went down a path you shouldn't have gone. He's like, you know God, and you guys went and got baptized and did all these things together, and you read your Bible at night. But do you fear him? Yeah. It's like, what does that mean, dude? Like, what do you mean fear him? And if you start diving into fearing, you're like, yo, you need to fear God.
You do.
You know what I mean? It's like Job, that verse where it's like, God giveth, but God takes away. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's like that specific, but true. I mean, like, he will give you
think you can do this life on your own and not fear God, you will fail fast, and then no one will be around to help you, because that kind of attitude is probably relative to everything you're doing in life, you know? Yeah. But it's great. We get into breaking chains and ongoing change. Kind of, what does faith look like for you today?
Faith for me today is most importantly praying. That shows a lot about faith. But faith is just showing up for the people that matter, involving in the relationships that help you grow, but also teach you, make you learn. Those are the faith. My faith is, I want people to know me as, I had a hard upbringing. There's a lot of change that happened, and it's from the goodness of God. It's not from me. And I'm a sinner. I'm going to make mistakes. We all are. We're not, by nature, people that are going to pursue God. You have to make a choice to do that. And you're going to have those comeback moments. Something's going to happen. Work's not going to go the way that you want it. You're going to get fired. You're going to get, and things just happen. I'm going to share with you guys one thing, structure around grief. This is from Jordan Peterson. And this is legit because everybody's going to experience this. It says, if you ever sat next to the bed of someone who is dying and you asked yourself, could you manage it? And you said no, well, you need to change because it's going to happen. We all die. And that resonated with me, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Things are going to happen.
Yeah.
Scott.
Yeah. And sometimes we forget, right? Or we don't want to, I don't know if we forget. We just don't want to think about it because it's like, well, not right now. It's going to happen, but not right now. And then you see, oh, this one still passed away? Like they're 32? Wow, I'm 38.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes, right? Like, what would you tell your younger self right now?
Oh, keep making mistakes.
Keep making mistakes.
Yeah.
Why?
Because they have defined you and transformed you. Don't make dumb mistakes.
Right.
Let me turn that back. Okay. Don't be afraid to make mistakes in the right way, in the path. I mean, this is structured more along the lines of, for example, my wife and I try to make a decision whether or not we want to go off real estate. Don't know what it looks like. Never done it. I'm scared I'm going to make a mistake.
Sure.
You know what I mean? 2 for tasting. Honey, should we start this? I don't know what to do. I'm afraid I'm going to make a mistake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Babe, we need to try and maybe put the kids in some kind of education that's going to help them. Well, what if we make a mistake? I want to homeschool. Well, what if we make a mistake? Those kind of mistakes.
Yeah, I get
So
it.
don't let me say, hey, don't be afraid of making mistakes. But the mistake is that you're going to make mistakes.
Mhm.
Don't be afraid of them, and keep moving on. Put God at the center of it all, and be all right. That's what I'd tell my younger self. Keep God close.
What season has shaped you the most?
Man, when I lost my mom. Yep. Yeah, when I lost my mom, she went unexpectedly, dude. It was just like, you could have seen Jed, my son, be born and grow. And you could see how Selah, if you would just fight and stay a little bit longer, Mom.
Yeah.
But I know I wasn't in her shoes, and I knew I didn't battle with the battles that she was facing, and she was sick. And that season changed me because her last words, make it count.
Dang.
I was gonna ask you about that. Awesome. I saw it, and I was gonna ask you about
Don't F up and make it count.
those. Are
Pretty, you can tie those together pretty well, right?
Wow, chills.
Uh-huh.
Dang.
Don't F up, make it count. They're both giving you statements of how you need to direct the rest of your life. You're the one that's going to keep it going. You're the curse breaker in that family. Make it count and don't F up.
It's cool, huh?
Right? It is really cool.
or don't.
God is good, dude.
Yep.
God is good.
Where
Yeah.
do you still need to surrender?
My biggest surrender is my ability to handle everything on my own. There's no way I can handle it.
Welcome to manhood, right? That's us. We can do it all.
Yeah, I mean, the roles of responsibilities of being a man, it's huge. It's one of the greatest honor ever. But yeah, you got to rely on God's strength. We've been learning that, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We've been learning a lot of that lately.
All the disciplines of a man and what it really takes. And, you know, I look at what it should look like and what you're doing, and I'm on both sentences. And I said,
What about you guys
and,
on those questions?
I mean, I'll go into change moment was probably my dad passing away was a huge lesson in my life that I just kind of wanted to pivot and make the rest of my life the best of my life. And I didn't have that plan. I need to surrender to God every day. I mean, every day there's a new challenge for me that I think I've grasped and I've gotten ahead, and I think I'm doing better than I was yesterday. And that's true. But there are days I fall short, and I got to remember to always surrender to God, because without Him, nothing I have, nothing I do, nothing I am doing will mean anything if I don't have Him at the center of it. So, the first one I forgot. What was the first question?
First one was what would you tell your younger self?
Oh man, just keep dreaming. I dreamed of the life I have. I would be 4 or 5 years old, and I would paint a picture of the life I wanted. And it's crazy to look back and see the things that I said I would do, even as a young man, and see me doing it would be pretty cool to see.
You stole mine, because mine was
The dreaming.
dream bigger.
Yeah.
Because
You can go.
the dreams that I had as a kid, they've grown more. You know what I mean? I never thought I would have the opportunity to be a father of 5 kids. Like, and I as crazy as it sounds, like it's just I feel like it's my blessing for the love I didn't get as a child that I get from my kids.
You see that?
And so that's definitely me, was dream bigger, because the world is yours and God knows,
I had to ask because there's things that you can learn from other people.
Yeah, no, it's great. What about surrender?
My biggest surrender probably is just stop worrying about tomorrow, or stop stressing about tomorrow. And I recently just heard something and it said, why are you stressing about tomorrow? You're only making yourself stress about it twice.
Was that from me, or was that from someone?
No, that was from someone else.
I talk a lot.
No, that one was, why stress about it twice? You know what I mean? Like, there's no point to stress about tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you're already stressing about it today. And so that's probably my biggest thing. The thing that shaped me the most, probably the last time I saw my mom, just to snap back and be like, this is...
She lost your mom too?
No, my mom's still alive. She's deep in her addiction for 31 years.
So yes and no, because you can be lost and be alive.
For sure. For sure. Yeah.
No,
I have not talked to my mom in 6 years. Since that moment.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know, and it definitely sucks. It's not where I was.
Especially with having 5 kids.
Oh yeah.
When, my mom got the opportunity one time to tell me she was sorry. And I accepted her apology. And the one thing I told her, the only ask I have of you is just be the grandparent, or be the person to my kids that you never were to me. Like, you want to show me sorry? That's all I want. Give my kids you, and that will, fulfill everything. Unfortunately, things happen, and
it's all good. I got you.
Just the chaos that was in that moment in time, and I was able to finally step back. That was a moment I was like, you know what? I can't raise my kids the way that I was raised. Like, and that is a no.
Pray about your mom.
Thank you. Yeah.
The final question before we wrap up: what does chosen to change mean to you?
Chosen to change, to me, specifically, is this world needs good people.
Mm-hmm.
This world needs different walks of life. This world doesn't need any more evil in it. And you need to choose to change and fight the good fight. The good fight is going against whatever the world says, going against addiction, going against a separated household, going against not talking to your wife, going against, I'm in grief, my mom died, so I'm not going to do anything anymore. Going against those and just keep fighting the good fight.
We tell them the line that you came up with at our Bible study?
Oh, it was, I'm going to continue to make change and break chains.
Fire on. This fire. Well, again, we appreciate having you. I think we learned a lot about, I've known you, and I learned a lot of things today that I've never taken the time to ask. So my apologies on that.
Yeah, me too.
To learn more about you.
Walk with you.
Yeah. To learn more about you, to learn more about Sophia, about your family, your brother, your mom. I definitely want to recognize your wife, Sophia, as being an amazing supporter of not only you, but the group, the Bible study, what you guys have done too for tasting. You guys have taken something that everyone thinks is just for food and put it on the platform to bring people closer to God. I think it's amazing what you guys are doing. I love seeing you and your family at church. Your dad is phenomenal. Her dad is phenomenal. And I'm rooting for you guys always. I'm here for you guys. We walk in Christ together, and we're so thankful to have you. And I'll let Josh finish this up.
No, thank you for coming on. It was a pleasure.
Appreciate you, man.
Not meeting you, but meeting you, having a conversation with you.
Yeah.
And I mean, you got any last words to close out?
My last words for you guys is just keep this up, dude.
Keep up the good race. Huh?
Good. This is good. Get people on here that, that you would not even expect to be on a podcast.
Well, why is it? God doesn't. God makes the calling, right?
Yeah.
He calls them. We're just answering.
Definitely.
And we're excited for the new year. We're gonna have we have a lot of guests lined up. A lot of people have reached out. We're gonna continue on, and this is not gonna go away. So I hope you don't get tired of seeing our faces, because we're gonna be here no matter what.
I'm gonna change up the ending. Usually I say it way, but I'm gonna say it different. All right. It says the chains break whenever you choose. So continue to choose The moment is yours to change.
Oh.
We'll see you guys.